Welcome to the Bigger Room podcast. I'm your host, Mel Cobian.
And I'm Jill Bender. And today we are going to talk about the one simple secret that will completely change your life. It's the little secret life hack. So you're going to understand that one secret. First, Mel, I have to ask you, do you make your bed every morning?
I try to make my bed every single morning. I meditate.
What does that mean?
So I have a weird morning routine. I'm probably not the best person to ask. So in the mornings when I wake up, I sleep diagonal and then I meditate.
All right, so you sleep diagonal or you wake up and go diagonal and you meditate diagonally?
Yeah, so
explain
I
this.
sleep I don't really have to like make my bed because it's already done because I sleep, I don't know, it's very weird. I sleep diagonally. Oh, this is gonna be so weird for everybody who hears this. Yeah, and then I just meditate and I get up and I just like plop my pillow back for it to be normal, and like I get up and I have like this sheet that I just like throw over, and then my dogs kind of stay there for a good part of the morning. So I don't really have to make my bed.
So if somebody came to your house and they looked in your room, would they think your bed was made?
Yeah.
Okay, so it sort of is made. You don't physically have to do it. Well, you're probably like wondering what does this have to do with our episode today, but I had listened to a recording. It was from a Navy SEAL. His name is William McRaven. It's a really, really super powerful, short, I don't even think it was 5 minutes long. It was a speech that he had done, and he says the secret to success is making your bed in the morning. And the reason is because when you get up and you make that bed, you immediately have accomplished your first task for the day. And that's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel accomplished. It's going to motivate you to get the next task done. And you're going to go out throughout the day completing these little tasks, because now one task completion is going to motivate you to do the next one, and the next one you're going to kind of keep going. And let's say you had the crappiest day, and you come home and your bed's already made, it makes you feel better. You come home and your bed looks like a total disaster. It's not doing anything for you. It's not doing anything positive for you. So I never used to make my bed. I didn't have to when I was growing up. It became a choice at some point when I was an adult that I wanted to, and I liked how it made me feel. And it does. It truly does make me feel good. It makes me, I don't know if it motivates me or what, I've been doing it so long, but I know how I feel if I don't make it. Because let's say I was out very late and I don't want to make the bed in the morning. Sometimes I am being rebellious, because you know how I fight my own self. I don't like when even I'm telling myself what to do. So some days I'm like, I'm not making it today. And then I'll walk by that. Yeah. I walk by my room so many times. I'm like, ugh. Like every time I look in there, I'm like, why didn't you just freaking make it? It takes 2 seconds. So it definitely makes me feel way better. So as a Navy SEAL, he is saying that is like the first thing you need to complete in the morning. Get it done. And it'll kind of like fuel you throughout the day. But you just bypassed it all and ruined my whole episode.
Well, I have to just like tell people, first of all, I'm not normal. Second of all, I'm very into feng shui, which is literally how your environment affects you, your energy, how it can block you. I have moved my desk 3 times because the way it is now, I make more money. I make more money when my desk is in this position. And I know that's wild. Just look up feng shui. And in certain areas, I have certain colors. In certain areas, I have like plants, candles. And like that's part of the reason why I sleep diagonal. It's so weird. But if you Google feng shui bedroom, it'll like tell you ways that your bed is supposed to be positioned, but given like the structure of our bedroom, can't quite do it. Like your feet are never supposed to be facing the door. apparently. So like so I do have to say that's why I'm a little more in tune with my environment and making sure that it isn't having that effect, because like Jill said, you don't have this awareness of how much it is affecting you. But when you are having a bad day, usually it can go for anything, but the your bed is the place where you wake up and the last place you go to. So having that image of, oh, I accomplished something, all of a sudden it's like a big sigh, because you're like, it's not so bad. I have my bed's done. This is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. It's like one of the
So it's more of,
simplest things.
yeah, yeah. So it's more about like that message, and it reminds me of that book. I don't know if you've ever read it, called "Girl, Wash Your Face."
Never even heard of
So
it.
kind of like, yeah, so like similar thing where the simple task of even washing your face, because sometimes again, I wake up, I meditate, like before my feet even touch the floor, like I'm already like, it's a great day. I've decided it's a great day before I actually physically get up. Then, I do my morning routine. But some people wake up and they're like, oh dang, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do, and they literally like go to the bathroom with that to-do list, and then they go, to make their coffee with that, like they're just still going off with that to-do list, and then I have to do this and I have to stop here, and then so it's like, so you don't even think about making your bed, because you don't realize that it can actually be the catalyst to changing the rest of your day, in a sense, like accomplished. You woke up, if you did an accomplishing task, and that just literally has an impact on the rest of your day. So I started implementing that a while back, like years ago, but more detailed maybe in the last year, because I realized like, oh dang, like environment is everything. It really is. It's one of the pillars that we talk about here in the bigger room for a reason. Your environment is the unspoken reflection of your mind.
I'll just laugh at that.
It is, though.
No, I 100% agree that. And with making your bed being that task, you completed a task, and it, gives you that motivation, that energy, that good feeling, that like it's probably a subconscious kind of feeling that you don't even know it's happening, but it's that, okay, I got task number 1 done. What's next? And I can say more so that I've noticed this since I've had these fish tanks that I have now. I get excited. Like I get up. If you own a dog, and I know you do, and I do, and anybody that has a dog, they understand like you can't not get up and take them outside or let them outside. Like I just have to open the door for him. It's super simple, but he's priority. I let him out first, and then I could be so tired. Like I gotta let him out, and then I might think I'm gonna lay back down, but then I walk past the fish tank. I'm like, oh, they're waiting for me to turn the lights on, and they're like swimming toward the top, getting all excited because I showed up, and I'm like, oh, okay, well I'm gonna put their, like phytoplankton, whatever. So I'm going to put their phytoplankton in the tanks right now. And so then I'm going around the tanks and putting that stuff in. And then, okay, well, I got to get their food kind of like thawing. Okay, I'm going to work on that. Now my son's waking up. Okay, what does he need? Okay, I got to get myself in the shower. And so it just becomes like my day becomes, we're not going to sit around. We're not going to be lazy on anything. We have shit to get done, and we're going to keep going. And so it's the same thing with that. I pop back in there. I make my bed. And it's all good things is what I'm trying to say. I love it. Like these fish tanks actually have been a huge help with me really focusing and going on with my day and being productive for the same reason that making your bed helps.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking back to like college times. I never made my bed. Like never. Absolutely never made my bed.
No.
And it was definitely like rebellious, because my mom would not have it any other way. Even now, my little brother and my sister still live at home, and it's just, you will make your bed. Doesn't matter how old they are. They're both adults. Yeah. So at college, I just think back now, and it's, you're such a mess in here, and so it was just like a mess out there. And so, can't believe I used to live like that, but it's a clear reflection of stress.
Even when I go camping, I have to make my bed. I love it. Like, people will come and look in I'm like, come look in my tent. And I have the Taj Mahal, like, tent.
Yeah.
Even when my son was little, I had a reclining chair in my tent so I could nurse my son when he was a baby. I have a closet in the tent. Like, I have a little side table, everything. It's super nice, and then I have little ambiance lights hanging inside. Yeah, so when they come over, they'll look in my tent.
That is glamping.
Yeah, I'm definitely a glamper. But when they look at my tent, they're like, they always say, that's the one thing they always say is, I can't believe you made your bed while you're camping. I'm like, why wouldn't I? It looks so nice. Like, look at it. I'm not a disaster in here.
Do you have do you sleep on a sleeping bag, an air mattress, or like
air mattress?
Wow, that is straight up glamping. Yeah,
I did. I camped on the ground for freaking 25 years, probably. It wasn't until probably maybe my late 20s that I finally got a blow mattress. It was a big deal. And I even fought it. I fought it for so long. I was like, that's not camping. That's not camping. But now, every luxury that I can deal with bringing with me, it's coming with. Love it.
For sure.
Glamping.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to be miserable, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be miserable. Yeah. Story time. This reminds me of the worst experience I've ever had camping was children don't do drugs. But it was an edible. So I'm in California, so it's legal. And my friend had an horchata chocolate. And then, he's like, you're Mexican, have this horchata chocolate. And I was like, oh, eating it. He's like, dang, you ate the whole thing? It was an edible. And so, I didn't know that. And, a couple hours went by, maybe. And I kid you not, when I tell you, my wife and our friend was, I don't know, 30 feet away. I could hear everything that they were saying. My consciousness left my body and it was hanging out over there with him. I could hear every single word as if they were in my ear, and I was just puking. And it was worse than being hungover because you're conscious, right? At least when you're
puking,
drunk. That's how bad it was, because this was during the time when it became legal in California. So there was really no regulations, I would say, with the actual dosage. Now they're a little bit more stricter, but it was also more figuring out if you eat this much edible, it actually translates to this much. So now they actually have pictures of only have this tiny little square. This is how much 1/10 of the whole package is. And so so it actually started happening a lot. People were ending up in the emergency room and they were considering taking me, because the moment I would lift my head, I would just start puking again. So that's what camping reminds me of. Yeah.
You know what they should do with the packaging? They should put a picture of a person and how well they could function if you eat this size. And then the next stage where you're just frozen, because that's the stage I've been, where I can't freaking move. And I know people that have done edibles know what I'm talking about. But they're I literally cannot move right now.
Yeah. That was the worst part, Jill. I wasn't expecting it. I just thought I was eating chocolate.
If you guys have a chance, you should actually look up Navy SEAL William McRaven. Watch his secret that will the simple secret that will change your life.
And so, maybe tap into that inner discipline of waking up and just doing that one thing, knowing that it can have an effect on the rest of your day.
Well, 100%. I mean, I would encourage you guys, if you don't make your bed right now, start and just tell yourself you're going to do it for, 30 days or for a whole week or something, and see how it feels, see how it affects your mood, see if you notice like the difference that it can make in your day. And then if it's a positive thing, then continue to do it, or sleep diagonal on top of the blanket underneath a Mexican blanket, and then you don't have to make the bed at all.
I was gonna ask you a question that people tend to rebuttal, because I've definitely told people, like, yeah, just make your bed, like, you know, first thing in the morning, it can have a positive impact on the rest of your day. And it's like, but Jill, why would I make my bed if I'm just gonna sleep in there again, like sleep on it again? And usually people respond
that question.
Well, people usually, I would respond with, because I would hear people respond this way as well. You know, you go to the bathroom a couple times a day, so why are you gonna clean yourself?
Oh, I was gonna say, why are you gonna go to the bathroom when you're just gonna have to do it again later?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you? You know, so it's like, it doesn't make any sense. But it's just, I know people are thinking that. Yeah. Like, why would I make my bed if it's
the only argument that I've ever had, and it was from like two of the most successful people I know. It's a married couple, and they have been married for, I don't even know, like 45 years now or something along, you know. They're older, and I am always shocked that they don't make their bed. And every time I'm like, I can't believe you don't make your bed. And so the husband always says, you sweat in your bed. You're like, you have all that heat that you know, have just slept in your bed. So when you make your bed first thing in the morning, you're just trapping in all that heat and, you know, letting it just fester, basically, is like his thought process on this whole thing. But I still always argue it, because all you have to do is leave the bed unmade while you do your whatever morning routine. For me, I get in the shower first thing in the morning after I do all the tanks and the dog and the kid. But
yeah,
then I can make the bed because I know it's aired out some. So that's like the only semi-valid argument that has made any sense to me. But you could just make it a little bit later when it's not hot and steamy.
yeah. It's just, the takeaway is, lock in one discipline first thing in the morning, as simple as making your bed, because it can change and will change the rest of your day.
That is our episode for today. It was short and sweet. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you got some value out of it. As always, if you could leave us a review, we appreciate it, and share this with someone who you think needs to start making their bed in the morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
See you next week.